Okay, what's going on, everybody? Hope y'all having a fantastic day. Today we have some more solo leveling Arise Overdrive. As what we're doing today, you can already see on the screen right now that I'm going to be showing you guys my build for Esil. I believe I have mentioned before in my previous video that Esil is one of my only other characters that I built into so far. And from what I've heard from the community, she's potentially one of the most broken characters in this game. I do recall when I first started playing her in this game that her damage felt a bit insane. Using her in a few quests after I got done with the main campaign, that her damage felt a little bit insane compared to most. Because to me, she feels more like a solo carry, if that makes sense. Now, as per usual, I have her S-rank weapon along with her being completely maxed out, and of course her basic and special skills being max rank. As you can see by the stat distribution, she's at 8,000 damage. To me, that's a crazy number, but to others that might be a bit further than me in the game, maybe not as much to them, because I have seen some crazy stuff in the community. Now, as for her artifacts, I do have the Kargalgan, or however you pronounce it, set on. The only reason why I have that set on in particular is for her burn damage, because I do find burn damage to be quite useful in in-game, in my experience. As you can see here with the 3-set effect, when you use her basic skills, they have a chance to inflict burn. The next armor piece we have on that's kind of important is this divine piece, is a burning curse gauntlet. One thing about divine pieces in this game is that when they're completely maxed out, they have a lot more stats than your legendary stuff. It's obvious, but it's kind of like a significant increase. The increase is very obvious, but I still think it's important to point out. As you can see, this is 86% on attack, but if I go to this piece right here, it's 66%. Of course, that's not the only thing I'm worried about here. I'm also pointing out the fact that this piece in particular is the one where you pretty much do more damage or take more damage. So it's kind of like a glass cannon, if that makes sense. And it's kind of useful in Esil's case. I wouldn't really put that on most characters but Esil. So yeah, this burning curse divine piece I have on her is very, very useful. Now that aside, for these other pieces, this full set right here, I used the beast set. The reason why I'm using the beast set for this side of her artifacts is simply because of that crit rate. As you can see, we had the 4-set effect on. It stacks up 30 times if you don't hit a critical. And if you played Esil, she can hit quite a lot in a short amount of time. So you can kind of see what I'm getting at here. Now let's get back to the main screen for Overdrive. As you can see here, when she gets her extreme evasion, or the third part of her attack, pretty much the end of her basic attack string, she gets 1 overdrive slot. Okay, she gains 2 when she staggers the enemy. That's also okay. Here's the 2 parts that makes this really important. So one, when she uses her overdrive for her backdash or death rush. For reference, this is the death rush. So using that along with the overdrive, yeah, it can do a lot. Now if we add on to the fact that all those homing spears count towards the beast set, where if you don't crit, it stacks up to 30 times until you can for a crit rate. Her overdrive counts for that artifact set. Here's another part, which is also really important. When she uses her overdrive skill while using the dash combo attack, heavy attack, or glorious wounds. So for reference, that's glorious wounds. And from which you already know, every time she uses glorious wounds, she also gets overdrive, along with the fact that she gains overdrive while attacking. Now back to this part right here. This allows the spears to go in front of her and deal a lot more damage. Added on to the fact that it does a lot more to stagger enemies. So if you use this on a boss that's staggered, it does a shitload of damage. And I'm not joking. As you can see here, this is the only part we want to care about. The fact that she can stack up 20 times for defense penetration when she kills an enemy. It doesn't say like a high chance like down here. It says every time she kills an enemy, it stacks up to 20 times for defense penetration. To me, Esil's kit is like really insane when it comes to just raw damage output. Alright, so with all that aside, let's go ahead and test this out on the boss right quick. So for reference, let's go against Force and put him at level 71 because I often farm this guy anyways.
For his sake.
Alright, let's get this started. Mind you, she builds her overdrive by doing this. You don't have to hit them on the third attack for the proc. And look how much damage that does immediately. Well, I missed that deflect though. It's okay. We put up the shield last second. Ah, he's sneaky. Anyways, that aside, you can definitely see why she's kind of broken.
It's not radish. It's redeeming.
For reference, that's a level 71 boss. So yeah, like I said, her damage is really just insane. Hell, I wouldn't even be surprised if they nerfed her. I'm gonna be honest. So you can kind of see why Esil, I regard her as a solo carry, because she can definitely do that consistently. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. I should have a guide coming out soon. I'm not sure for what. I might do a boss guide or a farming guide. I'm not too sure yet. But I definitely have a guide coming out soon for this game. Anyways, I'll catch y'all later.